Once we'd made the decision to knock down our existing house and engage an architect, it was an easy decision with the architect being my wife's sister. We started our journey of deciding to knock down our current house because there are a few features that we didn't like within that space. So we didn't utilise the backyard at all based on the design and the contours of the land. But we also didn't have enough zones or spaces for our growing family.
You know, the brief from the clients was, we want a house that we can live in and love and have a connection to sort of our area and our site.
And then I guess like the other thing was the owners have 3 young children, so a big part of it was also being able to use the backyard for the kids. So having, you know, the parents could be inside, the kids could run outside and actually use the space and play.
Where the entry is, and we come down and we step down and then we go back up into sort of the main bedroom suite with study and ensuite walking row bedroom, and then there's the connection down into the open living.
So the kitchen, yes, is literally located in the centre of this house. The living room's off of this, the dining, then we go through a powder room and the kids' room.
Tucked in behind, you know, we walk through the pantry and then through to the laundry where there's sort of a hidden service area.
As you're standing at the kitchen island, you're looking out over the pool and the deck area.
So it really is the heart and has all the access comes off it. And then up again into the second level.
And this is the sort of the kids level. So we've got 3 bedrooms up here and then the bathroom with the bath.
Part of our philosophy is functional, good use of space. So by planning out spaces, we know where the couch is going to go and we know where the TV is going to go. So we're making sure we're not having wasted space. You know, bringing that natural light in and having all the textures, a few different colours, really just makes it feel like a home as well.
Yeah, and just the practicalities of, you know, there's a polished concrete slab in this place. So if we had a gigantic living room, then there's the problems of like acoustics, and then your TV's too far away, the furnishings, it's cold. Like, we just really wanted to make sure it was efficient and realistically livable, not empty space.
Yeah, and you know, another thing is to, obviously the more area you add, the more cost you add. That's a massive thing. Like, if you can bring your area down, that's normally where the biggest savings from a project come.
Yeah.
The original home was one of the original homes in the area, built back in the 50s, and in fact one of our existing neighbours was the brickie on this house. When we decided to knock down the house, one of the toughest conversations we had was with them. We actually got our neighbour to come and lay a few of the bricks in the new place.
At Mani Architecture, we don't push our style. Sort of the textures and the colours and the finishes that we selected here, it was a really big collaboration, mostly with Trish. Yeah. She had an idea of what she wanted.
The pops of colour are sort of playing on the colours that are within the raw materials. So, you know, like the pink was a bit of a play on the little bits of pink in the brickwork. The blue sort of came from the pool
and the concrete.
Overall, I guess the house is quite organic and neutral a little bit, but with the pops of colour, I think it just really highlights
interest. And it just shows Trish and Scotty's personality as well.
Yeah,
it shows who they are. So it's helping our clients bring their
quirkiness,
together in a way that you know they're going to be happy with for years to come.
Yeah.
Mani Architecture love a nook.
We do love a nook.
Kids love a nook.
Yep.
Adults
Everybody.
love a nook.
Yep. We know everybody loves nooks, really.
Yeah, that's true.
So
if you want a nook, come to Mani Architecture. Exactly. We'll design you a nook. We're also sitting on more storage. So storage, seat, That was a big part of this home, having a spot for everything, but also being functional at the same time.
What we did with the joinery at this place is we made sure that we integrated it in a way that it wasn't just joinery stuck on a wall. Like, we wanted to use it to connect spaces, to divide spaces.
The exterior design of the house, we knew that we were running on a sloped block, so we had these different levels going on, and it sort of just evolved through the design that the top level section of the house was the dark, moody, vibing place. And then the exterior of the lower section with the exposed brickwork became the lighter tones. And just having that sort of line between the two really adds to the aesthetic of the design, but also tells you a little bit, like a little sneak peek about what's happening inside as well.
Exactly, because in the dark section, that where all the bedrooms were, like the bedrooms are all really dark and moody, so it was sort of like the dark spot was like the sleeping section of the house, and then the light section is the living.
We moved into this house in March of 2020, the week before Victoria went into lockdown due to COVID-19. During lockdown, we didn't and couldn't go anywhere, so we spent every weekend in this house, and it was a real joy because we'd just moved in. There was still unpacking to do, there was still us settling into the space, but I can recall there was times where I would wake up in the morning and with the natural light coming through the window and the sun reflecting off the pool into the house, I would just smile. I guess the joy that the space was bringing us, and you could sit there at the breakfast table and look out over the pool and again think that we're in a resort. That's what it felt like to us.
One thing that sort of differentiates this project from others is that the client was my sister. So working with Trish was actually just incredible. She put her full trust in us. I think from all our whinging about architect life and the things we do, she knows exactly what goes on, and she just fully appreciated everything we did, knew how much went into everything as well. You know, a lot of people would say working with your family, that would be so hard, but it really wasn't. It was probably so far the best sort of experiences I've had anyway. So I'd say that's my favourite part of the house.